What about the older question types that haven't showed up but are now showing up again? I try to, I feel like I'm at a point where I can understand how to work my way through most of them. But then I found that as I was trying to learn the new question types that I've not studied before, um, the normal question types are the ones that I started getting wrong again. So is there some sort of different way of thinking for those older, like the circular questions, or um, I just they just seem completely different from everything else.
Yeah, the older or curveball or weird types of logic games, they have the same underlying logic. They just appear different on the surface. And they also tend to involve a
Okay.
little bit less upfront work, perhaps, and more work over the course of the game.
Hmm.
They're definitely
Okay.
worth looking at because, of course, they have been showing up more frequently.
Hmm.
And like anything else, you just have to practice them. I have a list of those too, if you want, and you could work on those and drill those.
Hmm.
But I would make sure that you've mastered the more common fundamental game types first. Like make sure I would
Right.
spend a lot of time on ordering if ordering is giving you trouble, because
Okay.
ordering is almost certainly going to show up,
Right.
whereas any given specific type of curveball game like circular is much less likely to show up.
Right.
If you want
Okay.
perfection on games, though, I'd say learn everything. But the order
Hmm.
in which I would do it is definitely focus on ordering to start because that's an incredibly common game type.
Hmm.
I would also
Hmm.
work on rule substitution questions because those show up typically at least once per exam
Right.
and have been doing so consistently for the past 30 plus exams. And
Hmm.
then once you're good on those, or alongside them, work on the curveball games just to expose yourself to the
Okay.
variety of tricks LSAC can throw at you. And it's not really about
Right.
mastering the specifics of each curveball game, although you should. It's really more about adopting a more flexible approach where you recognize that even if a game doesn't have 7 horizontal slots or a T
Hmm.
chart for in out, there
Hmm.
is a way to solve it, and it involves perhaps holding that abstract rule in your head or pattern in your head and being able to apply it consistently.
Okay.
But they are ultimately testing the same things. And then techniques like, of course, reusing previous work can still apply too. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.